And as I welcome you this morning, I want to acknowledge that we have a divine appointment. And through this divine appointment, nothing happens by chance. Absolutely nothing. And so if you tuned in at this moment, this message is for you. Our theme for the month are 4 vital laws of life. And today we're going to look at infinite possibilities. Now, we are told that if we have the faith as a grain of mustard seed, and we say to this situation, this problem, this challenge, remove hence, it does. Because with God, all things are possible. But with man, they are impossible. So we have the opportunity as co-creators with our higher power to tune in to this energy. And when we're looking at infinite possibilities and during a time of a pandemic, what greater opportunity? We came for such a time as this. Each and every one of us. And as light workers, light bearers, people who say that they are spiritual, this is a wonderful opportunity to let go of what no longer works and serves us, to arise triumphant and victorious over the everyday and have the opportunity to transform the routines of work into celebrations of life and love, even in our cloistered situation. And I find that I'm meditating more, that the opportunity of going within to that secret place of the Most High. Where is the secret place of the Most High that we hear all about? It is within us. Remember, the heart is the doorway to the soul. Today, we are making the longest journey on the planet. The 18-inch journey from the head to the heart being the doorway to the soul. For where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. So during this time, what greater time? In fact, Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, the laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, the revelations of religion applied to human need in the aspirations of every living soul. The laws of science, cause and effect, that be not deceived, God is not mocked. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. It is the law of karma. It's cause and effect. The laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, and acknowledging that all paths that lead to God are good. That whatever that path is, if it's working for us, if we're more loving, more harmonious, feeling the health and the energy, the vitality that is within us, it's working. If we're kinder, it's working. So on this Labor Day weekend, where we look at our lives, and someone, mentioned I'm doing a Zoom presentation out of the United Kingdom on Monday. I have gone all over the world presenting on world peace as the president of the International Foundation for World Peace and Research. And now I'm going all over the world sitting in the comfort of my own living room, because people say, oh, how glamorous traveling. Well, once you get there, it's great, but traveling is rigorous. So this gives us the opportunity to go within to the secret place of the Most High, to pray to our Father, Mother, God in secret, and to know that we are acknowledged openly by the outward demonstrations of our lives. Are we looking at with kinder eyes? Do we have a heart opening? And through this heart opening, are we feeling one another? So when we're looking at infinite possibilities, I'm reminded of Jesus. And, he would walk through, and there was a man who was blind from birth. And he went down and he went to the river and he got some mud. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if it was, what kind of mud it was, native mud, but he got some mud from the River Jordan, right? And I mean, we all soak in tule roots, so put it on the man's eyes. And this man was blind from birth. He put it on his eyes. He said, now, you go down to the river and wash it from your eyes. And he took action. He got up, he went, found his way to the river, he washed his eyes. And this man, who was blind congenitally from birth, could see. And he was, can you imagine the elation? And his parents. And of course the Pharisees wanted to, what? They wanted to interrogate him. And said, this man is a demon. This man, and we hear that, work of the devil by, some different fundamentalists, that when people have second sight and they don't understand it. And there's sometimes, the 12-step program has a great acknowledgement of this, where there's sometimes, we reject something before we really investigate it. And so they wanted to prove Jesus wrong, and they, put all of this out there. And the man who was blind from birth can now see. He said, what I know is, I don't know how he did it. This is what happened. But what I know is, I was blind, and now I see. I was blind, and now I see. Think of the infinite possibilities energetically that Jesus had him do something. Put the mud on his eyes. Now go down, wash it out. Wash out what no longer serves. Wash out the energy of the past. Wash out the projections that have been put upon you all your life as you sat at the temple gates begging for alms. Wash it all out. Cleanse it, purify it, harmonize, balance, attune, and heighten. The infinite possibilities are there for you. I don't know anything, he told the Pharisees, but this one thing I know. I was blind, and now I see. And as we look at Amazing Grace and the opportunity that, yes, that once I was blind, now I see, that saved a soul like me. And that as Jesus walked through and people came to him and said, my son is dying. And he said to the centurion, your son lives. I don't need to go to him. And what happened? He got to his home and his son lived. And just at the hour, and we asked the servant, when did my son arise? And he said, yesterday at noon, at the same time that he spoke to Jesus, who became the Christ, through his consciousness as his humanness gave way to the divine. And that as he performed these signs and wonders, he would say to people, why do I always have to perform signs and wonders? Blessed are they who have not seen and believe. Blessed are they, because this same energy is within them. And what I loved about his message is that he empowered us. He did not set himself up as the great exception, being the great guru. He said, the works that I do, ye shall do also, and even greater works ye shall do than I do. And so he would just say, pick up your bed and walk. He would stand at the tomb of Lazarus, who'd been apparently dead for 4 days. And when he told them to roll the stone from the grave, they said, but he's been in there for 4 days. It's really going to smell. He said, roll the rock, the stone, from his grave. And he just raised his hand and he spoke to the life force of Lazarus and said, Lazarus, come forth. And as he spoke to the life force that looked physically dead, something, the spiritual energy within him, the substance within him, arose triumphant and victorious. This one thing I know, I was dead, and now I live. Yes, I was dead. I didn't have a life. But now I live because I see the infinite possibilities that are there for me. That I have a second chance to make a difference. So whatever our past is, we wash it from our eyes. We wash it from our consciousness. We wash it from our energy field. And we let go of what no longer serves us. It was interesting. I lived in Coronado for several years, and I raised my daughter there when I was ministering in San Diego. And we had 3,000 people that showed up every week in Mission Valley. We outgrew that facility and went into another 22,000 square foot facility. And it was like a huge, huge ministry. And while I was living in Coronado, and I would look out at the ocean, and I would feel the energy of peace. And I would go within, and I would feel my connectedness, because there's nothing like the ocean, to bring us into alignment with the energy centers and to let go of what no longer serves us. And I was being interviewed by the main paper, which was the Register. And she came into my home, and I invited her, and I, did all the nice things and served tea and little cookies. And, I had a little Lhasa Apso who used to sit up on my lap like Minnie does for our Wednesday Night Live. And it was really interesting because she wrote that I was somewhat reserved, and I've never really seen myself as somewhat reserved. And I thought, that's kind of interesting. I've never seen, I'm open, I'm social. Yes, I have that side of me that wants to go within and to meditate and to pray to my Father, Mother, God in secret, and to have those energies that are alive and well. However, I am also a Leo, and I like to be, in the public, and I love people. And so I thought about it, and I thought, when I was a little girl, we lived in Simi Valley. And my mother was going to have a childhood friend come and visit her who had a little 3-year-old boy as well. So we were both 3, and I was like every day, are they here yet? Are they here yet? Are they here yet? I was so excited. I hadn't seen a child. We lived, out in the country. There were no children. And finally the day came. I was so excited. And they opened the door, and I just ran to him, and I hugged him, and I kissed him. And he spent the whole day under my bed and would not come out. So what I got was, you don't give it all immediately. You hold a little in reserve, because you don't want them to spend the whole day under the bed, or you don't want to scare people, or you don't want, them to feel that you're overpowering them. And so I thought, isn't that interesting? I made a decision at 3 years old. Don't give it all. Hold a little in reserve. And as we hold a little in reserve, we always have more to give. And that was such an enlightenment for me, because we make these decisions as children. And we can free ourselves from them, or we can say, that was a good decision. Okay, I got that. And I've shared before that when, I was 4 years old and I was in kindergarten, and it was a half-day sessions, and then the first graders were in with us. And I was sharing the other day with some of our community that I was social and I was talking, and so the teacher sent me to the cloakroom. And I spent, the rest of the time in the cloakroom. And when my mother came, she said, how was your day? And I said, well, she sent me into this little room, and there were sacks of cookies and sandwiches and potato chips. They had, the first graders would bring their lunches. But at 4 years old, I thought it was all there for me. Blessed is the abundance of the universe, that it's there for me. And my mother said, I heard little kids saying, where's my potato chips? Where's my cookies? Where's my sandwiches? I thought it was for me. So energetically, the universe does provide. And when we recognize that the universe provides and is there for us, the possibilities are infinite. And that we have these wonderful, humorous little experiences along the way. But I believe, with Albert Schweitzer, the only ones among you who will be truly happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. And when we are serving with the right intention, this is the space of miracles. This is why Jesus could walk through, and he could just lay his hands on someone, and the blind could see, the crippled could walk, The infirm were suddenly sound. The dead came alive because the life force energy was spoken to and answered. So on this day, when we look at the infinite possibilities, whatever is deadened inside of us, let's bring it to life. Let's acknowledge that because we're cloistered, we're not dead. That there is an energy within us that's bubbling up, that we can send out into the universe, that we can place our energy on this coronavirus and send it back to its native nothingness from whence it came, because in truth, it is neither person, place, nor thing. It is the life and the energy that we have given unto it. So I'm going to just turn my back and look at healing, on health, on aliveness of what works. The possibilities are infinite. And remember that when we're feeling alone, that the everlasting arms are there to what? To embrace us, to acknowledge us. So on this day, where we're looking at infinite possibilities, go within. See what it is that you love to do, because I believe the greatest combination in life is to love what you do and do what you love. No greater combination on the planet than that. That we're all miracle makers. I love that our John of Angels wrote a book called The Miracle Makers Club. And that each and every one of us, we have that within us. That energy of the mystic that can look at these things in the outer and bring them to life. Blessed are they who have eyes that see, who have ears that hear, who has a heart that feels. For eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of man and woman the things which God hath prepared for them that love. Love being the strongest healing power in the universe. What I know is that the possibilities are infinite and we are all going somewhere. And do you know where that is? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. Because I am in a high place and I will not come down. None of these things move me. I am in a high place and I will not come down. So I say to you, namaste. The God in me salutes the God in you, and the God in you salutes the God in me. And if I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there truly is only one of us. I say shalom, the peace that passes all understanding. And God bless us, everyone. Know that you are loved, that you are appreciated, and that you are forever enfolded in the everlasting arms. And so